So this is the Flux SF, and you know, it's one of the more responsive bindings I've come across in my days of snowboarding, and it's at a great price point. So if you're somebody looking for a you know, a binding that'll really kind of power almost any board out there, then here's your binding. Love this blue. It's just a really nice blue. I'm not sure if it's, you can see it if it's just merging in with the black shirt I'm wearing, but really love it. Let's just start with the negatives. Here's the biggest negative for me. Yeah, you got a little padding in the toe, but you've got shit for padding in the heel, and it's a real bummer because you know, yeah, I can live with the less padding, and you know, from toe to about the, you know, the disc, but then from, you know, back in the heel, it just always feels good to have a little shock absorption there, especially if, you know, you land off on a jump. I know you don't want to, but it does happen, and when it does, and you know, not a lot of people, you know, it doesn't happen a lot, but when it does, it really hurts on these. They also have, they're very damp and fast, but when you hit uneven snow, kind of midday uneven snow, and it's kind of going it's harder on my joints than it is on other bindings, and I'm not young anymore, so the butter's off the popcorn for me, and you know, I'm slowly starting to creep into that world of pain and you know, an older age. But hey, you know, I'm still out there 100 days a year, but I prefer now to do it with bindings with more shock absorption. So for those of you who are younger, you probably don't care, but those of you who are older or have knee or joint issues, and you're younger, you might want to be a little weary of this binding, and that's really the only complaint. They have a removable heel cup. It's adjustable, but you can actually pull it out. You just pop these little things through. It takes a little work, but you can pop these out. I would love it if they changed this up, where they removed this part that's all fiberglass, and just put the adjusting right here where they have these three. Just have those be the adjusters, and then have an accessory where you could put in, instead of this all being hard plastic, if you're willing to sacrifice a little edge-to-edge response, just a little bit, not much, you could put in a urethane or some sort of rubber or all EVA foam, or mostly EVA foam. You know, make this just, you know, all EVA and rubber, and it would really change up this ride for the better for me, and it would be a binding that I could use all the time. Now let's get to the rest of it. Binding super responsive, edge to edge, it turns almost any board. You can put stoppers in here to even stabilize the board more and make it more damp and faster. But I usually like keeping these stoppers out because it allows the board to flex a little more, you know, at the bending points, and I like to butter as well as go fast. It's one of those bindings I always get for a free ride board if I want to go out and really just lay out some really hard carbs. You've got this high back that's got just enough give torsionally and just going back here, that just really gives you a good responsive feel, and you can even switch it up to get a little less response on maybe, you know, if you have an all mountain board and a free ride board, you can switch the high backs out so this side's on the inside instead of this side, and you can get, you know, a little less response and a little more mellow feel. They changed up the ankle strap this year, and I love their old ankle straps, but man, this is a great asymmetrical ankle strap that's lighter, and it just really isn't going to break down that easy. Ratchets are always nice and smooth and easy. I really like that. And now I love this toe strap. Probably one of the best toe straps I've ridden in the market. and it looks like it would just suck. But this thing just fits over the top of your boot so well and kind of spreads out and grips you. And I don't know why it does, because it just shouldn't. It's like a hard plastic. There's nothing rubbery and soft here. It shouldn't grip your boot, but I've never had this come off. And I've ridden these now for 2 years and ridden them a lot. And so it's pretty rad. The only thing I don't like is, you know, you've got these old toolless adjustability things. So like a few years back, these were amazing. And you also had the option to go in with a screwdriver. But now, like, getting these on and off is kind of difficult. And because you really have to unscrew it all the way out and then, you know, move it to where you want, line it up and put this back in. It would be great if they go to some kind of flip thing where you flipped it, slid it, flip it back, and made it even better. But at least you know this isn't going anywhere. Like sometimes with those flip slides, usually a lot of them are super strong, but some can, you know, come undone when you don't want them to. Adjustability, this heel that I don't like, at least slides out, so if you have a bigger boot, you can get it closer to where it should be. You've got this toe ramp that slides out, and if I pop this, you can, you know, let's see here if I can do this on film. But you can slide this forward, and it's got 5 settings, I believe, so you can get up to, you can really dial this out more than a lot of bindings with only a toe ramp, an adjustable toe ramp. You got the heel and toe. So really, everything but the shock absorption on this binding is about as good as it gets. You also notice that it really locks your boot in, because the straps on the ankle are on the inside of the heel loop. A lot of them are on the outside or in the middle, and so this is just right next to your boot. So this thing really comes in and locks your heel in. Really makes for a great ride. So all in all, the SF is one of those bindings that, you know, it's, despite its lack of shock absorption, it's a good ride favorite and a highly recommendable binding for any aggressive rider out there who wants a lot of response.